Hello, review your options viewers. In this video, we are going to look at an accessory set that I got to go along with my wonderful Instant Pot. So I've been seeing these little silicone mitts that you just kind of slide your fingers in like this, and you can hold things like that rather than whole pot holders. And I'd been thinking about getting those for my Instant Pot because taking that inner pot out of that is sometimes kind of clunky, especially if you're trying to use the thicker pot holders or oven mitts. So I wanted a set of those, and I went on Amazon and started looking, and of course a set of those is about the same amount or a little bit less than a whole set of accessories. So I decided I also need a steamer basket because, as it turns out, vegetables cook so quickly that if you really want to cook them, you need to have them in a steamer basket, not inside the inner pot itself. So I got this set because it includes both those little grippies, the silicone grippies, and a steamer basket, and so much more. So this is the Donewish pressure cooker accessories kit. We are going to open up and see what we've got in here. We've got food grade stainless steel, multi-purpose usage, fits 5, 6, and 8 quart pressure cookers, and makes your cooking life even easier. We'll see about that. We've got another Trivet in there. We have one already that comes with a pressure cooker set, but we can use this one. Maybe we have a backup. I don't know. We'll get creative and see. Next we have the steamer basket, which it kind of looks a little small to me, but I had actually seen another set that had a steamer basket that said it was actually too big for the Instant Pot to actually close over. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. It still looks sizable, and I think it can hold a fair amount of vegetables. Here is one of the silicone grippies. So here we have the little grippy mitts. So you just slide your fingers in there. Nom, 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 nom. So easy for lifting and holding. There's a bunch of other stuff in here too that I'm really not interested at all in, but we'll see. You know, who am I to turn down a few bonus items? This looks like a scraping tool, a scraping utensil, a spatula, silicone spatula. These look kind of handy. These are magnets that have cooking times on them, so they're cheat sheet magnets essentially. If you have an Instant Pot, you probably got an 8.5 by 11 double, which is nice, but it takes up a big amount of room on your fridge. So these are kind of nicer. They'll take up less room, probably about the size of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. This is not quite as specific as the Instant Pot, but it does include things like quail and turkey leg and pheasant and chicken thighs and chicken wings, so that can be handy. You can see if this will be helpful for you compared to what Instant Pot provides. But that's kind of a nice little short handy reference. This little doohickey, which is, I forget what they call it exactly, but basically you can use this to make eggs, egg products, little muffins, even the quiches or something like that. So it actually has a little paper. It tells you how to make sous vide egg bites in the Instant Pot, how to make spinach, egg, and cheese breakfast bites, etc. So it has a nice little manual there with a few references. So you can put this in your Instant Pot and use it to make a few tasty, tasty treats. And we've got a little brush, which is meant for scrubbing in and around all the little nooks and crannies of your Instant Pot. For instance, where you close your lid, it has a couple of little places that are kind of hard to clean. So this can make it easier to get in there. It's basically a pipe cleaner that you can bend and flex to get in those hard to reach places. It's a scrubber. This is, according to the description, a silicone scrubber, so you can use it to scrape food off of your Instant Pot. I'm not sure how effective that will be. Not sure if I'm even going to try to use it, but we'll see what happens. I'm noticing a green theme. Here we have a Trivet. So basically, pot holder for the table. Trivet, protect your counters. Just the right size for that. Yay. Looks like our steamer basket has some feet on it, so it is up off of the inner bowl because, again, in that inner pot, you're going to have water on the bottom and you want to keep your food out of the water or other liquid. So we've got the feet to help with that. And there is still so much more. We have another steamer basket. This one It doesn't look like we can probably use the two of them together in the pressure cooker, but there is basically another steamer pot. I do not have a pot-in-pot cooking system, which intrigues me. I might have to look into that eventually. We have an egg cooker, so this, if you want to put in eggs, you can set them upright for more even cooking. I have actually cooked hard-boiled eggs. I just put 18 of them or so in a pile in the inner pot on a rack, and they came out beautifully for hard-boiled eggs. So I don't know that this will do me much good, but we'll see. I might get creative. Also included, I found interesting, is a Springform Pan, because apparently lots of people want to make cheesecakes in their Instant Pots or certain breads and things. That'll be interesting. I had not considered it, especially because we are doing so much protein and trying to be careful of our carb intake. Everybody's up for a good cheesecake every once in a while, right? So there we go, Springform Pan. These are supposed to be tongs, I believe, for grabbing things out of the Instant Pot. Not sure how they work. Maybe we'll see. They may not be any good. I don't know. A set of very small tongs, but silicone tipped, so that's kind of nice. They actually feel fairly heavy duty, just so short. So you probably don't want to reach into the Instant Pot with them, but maybe into this steamer basket would be just fine. And they are the kind where you push in to release them. Nom, nom, nom. And we have just a couple more things in here. We have what looks to be another scrubber of some sort. I'm really not sure. These were the things that were shown in the pictures that they don't really talk about. And they just kind of throw them in there for filler, I think, so they can say, oh, it's a 12-piece or a 19-piece set or whatever. So we've got a little brush here, fairly stiff bristles, and then what feels like a scraper. I'm really not sure what this is for. Maybe also for cleaning in tight corners, not sure. Looks like these are maybe handles, replacement handles for your basket. Ta-da! So we have one here, and maybe the other is a secondary for this one, which has the silicone cover on it. This is called a 19-piece accessory kit, by the way. So let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, looks like we're stretching it, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we got a little bit of stretching it. I'm not sure what's considered a set and what's considered an individual item, but anyway, this is the 19-piece set. I did try the spatula, and it occurred to me to scrape my griddle with it, because sometimes I have eggs will stick to my griddle, or a little bit of meat after I've cooked it. I have a couple of silicone scrubbers or scrapers, but it occurred to me that this one might work better because it's got a firm edge, nice and firm, and it's very thin. It worked great. It was absolutely great until my griddle got a little too warm. So I scrape it when it's just a little warm. I turn it up just a little to help make that come up easily. But then once the griddle reached probably about 300 degrees, the spatula started melting. So it's not safe. It's not heat safe. This is not just the grease from the griddle. That is, the spatula has melted there. The scraper has melted. I was tipped off to this by the fact that I started seeing white puddles or white lines when I started scraping. So I had one here and one here that I've thankfully managed to clean off. If this is silicone, it is not safe up to 400 or 450 degrees. Be warned if you do choose to use it as a scraper or any other sort of spatula. So these are our little silicone grabbers. I love these things. They are very handy to pull the pot out here, which we'll see in a little bit. So I'm using my little grippies here to reach in and get the inner lid, the inner pot out. I do recommend doing this with 2 hands instead of 1, so I'm gonna grab the other mitt and do that myself. This is the little trivet that came with the set as well. It is just the perfect size for the inner pot. It is non-skid, so once we get the pot on there, it will not slide like it will if I put it on most of my cloth pot holders. It actually sticks so well that sometimes when I try to lift the pot off of it, it actually just sticks to the pot. Very excellent, because you know that pot is not going anywhere you don't want it to. I'm getting ready to use the steamer basket, and just to let you know, I assumed that this was stainless steel, but my husband washed everything in the dishwasher, and it's been out of the dishwasher for a few days. I haven't used it, but I saw some tiny little amounts of rust in here. It doesn't seem that the metal is eating away, But there's just a little bit of discoloration that you can wipe away with your finger there. Just something to be aware of. The basket actually did beautifully in the inner pot with the vegetables. I had some garlic in here as well that I basically roasted with the other vegetables. But it's done beautifully.